What's good, guys? It is Jacob, and this is, I think, like day 11 or so of becoming a zookeeper. Um, so just a few updates just about like what's going on. I got accepted into Hudson University, and I'm studying wildlife animal care and biology. Um, and I applied to some internships. School has been really great. Um, a lot of introduction stuff to just like the school, what I'm going to be learning, and everything. And so that's been really amazing. It's kind of can be a little difficult too because when you're doing it online, it's like you are missing that personal experience and the benefits of the interaction that you could be getting in the field that you're studying or degree track that you're going for. But you got to make it work. And so, how do you make it work? Well, they have internships all over abroad, even like in the U.S. So it's really amazing. But the hard thing that I have found through applying through a lot of internships actually is it can come to a lack of experience. I'm someone who's brand new to this, and so I'm taking a leap of faith as I step into this. And I have applied to zoos, I've applied to sanctuaries, I've applied to clinics, I've applied to hospitals, and just to try to get in the door and haven't got anything. But I did get accepted into one internship. It didn't take very long. It probably took me maybe about like 20 applications, but it wasn't that tedious. And so what I have found that applying through zoos is very competitive. It requires a lot of experience. I feel like because I've talked with their HR team and the zoo where I live or where I'm moving back to actually, they talk about how the competitive side and how they try to gear towards people with less experience, but you still need that heavy amount of like animal care experience or veterinarian or technician, whatever field that they're offering. But what I found that actually after getting accepted and talking to them is that nonprofits, they love the help. They love the help because they are obviously they're not on the same tier as what you look at as a zoo. And so it may be a little more rough of a work because they are not funded the same way. And so they're more so receiving donations and getting work and stuff from the community that is helping them do like outreach or just whatever. And so I totally support every single nonprofit out there. And the nonprofit that I got accepted to is called You Just Sound Wild Care. Yeah. And it's super amazing. Like their mission is to restore and to put animals back into their habitat, and that's my heart as well. That's what I'm passionate about. It's not just keeping an animal, enclosed. Even though like I want to get, an exotic pet soon. You guys will decide what that is once I hit 100 subscribers. But yeah, all that to say, like if you are someone who is looking for these internships, look locally. Like you might get in a zoo, you might get in an aquarium, you might get in a sanctuary. I don't know, but nonprofits. I mean, sanctuaries. They have so many different types of nonprofit fields for the animal scene. But nonprofits yeah, I totally recommend that for someone who is just starting out. Look for your nonprofits. I use ChatGPT to tell me like all the nonprofits because it is hard finding them in your state. It can be very difficult, but ChatGPT, like I just broke down, just like, hey, tell me the nonprofits for this, that, and that. other thing that is super exciting is I got a road now. So the videos and content that I am gonna be making, I will be using this because some people have DM me, like probably like 4, just talking about like the audio quality, like of my voice, and everything. So I kind of did have to make an investment, but this is something that I'm passionate about doing, and I want to invest in myself for this. And yeah, and so you guys will see more of these videos of the day in the life of becoming a zookeeper, not the day in the life of a zookeeper, because I'm not a zookeeper. But that is my goal. And so, yeah. But with that being said, that is the end of this video. Kind of short, just like a little talk. I'm excited like for the videos that I am gonna upload, and if you are seeing this, just know like the content that I'm gonna be putting out is gonna be really, really cool. I already have some amazing ideas, and I'm not here to like bribe people to stay, but I believe that the community that like I will receive from you guys will be very loyal and very supporting. And so yeah, but just to the people that are wanting to get into these fields, I encourage you again, look for not just zoos, because I've even on Facebook, like people will say like, hey, I just graduated, don't have any experience, how do I get into a zoo? And it's like, okay, you have the credentials, but there's no experience. And so what's even cool too is that some nonprofits, I talked to the state, and they said that some nonprofits give longer extents, like not a contract, but longer like time period of your internship. So my internship, if I would have did 5 days a week, it would have been about like 3 to 4 months. And then the zoo actually was only 2 months. It was paid though, that is the thing. That's why it's very hard. It is paid. And some nonprofits don't have the money to give stipends. So that does come in a factor. But hey, like, again, sometimes you have to take those risks. You have to take those because, you know, if you're truly passionate about what you want to do, you know, you're going to do whatever it takes, even if you're getting paid or not. Because, you know, one day you will get paid. But it's about just taking small steps to reach that goal. So this is Jacob Wild and Jacob's Wild. I got that wrong. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Also, you can follow my Instagram. It is the same as my YouTube handle. Again, I'm trying to reach that goal 100 here or 100 there on YouTube or Instagram, and you guys will be able to help me pick my first exotic pet. There are some limitations that I will go over, but with that being said, I'll see you guys in our second I'm not gonna say what it is, but second video. So if you've seen the first video of me feeding like the goats Shirley and Grover, thank you. If not, you can go check it out. But the second video that I put out, like, it's gonna be really cool. So I will see you guys later.